What is up, YouTube? It's Kingfisher745, and in this video we're going to be showing you the recruitment of Juggernaut. I was so excited once I got the last comic. Came down to our last 10 lock boxes, and then when we opened it, we got the last cover. So here we are getting the last cover that we needed, and it's X-Men Volume 1, number 12, his first appearance. And then we're going to show you his storyline and the recruitment screen. Then we're going to do a couple battles with him. First at level 1, so it's pretty boring. But then we did level him to 6, and so we're going to show you with 3 of his abilities. And then we'll have to show some more of Juggernaut later once we hit level 9. I've been leveling him pretty slow, especially compared to Thundra. And that's just because I've been pretty busy. And every time I log in the game, it seems like I have to do PvP battles to try to stay in the Adamantium League. But his recruitment screen is pretty funny, his dialogue, and he seems to be an awesome character. Right now, let's go ahead and take a look at each of the covers individually and just see which ones they chose. First is Uncanny X-Men Volume 1, number 416. Then Uncanny X-Men Volume 1, number 540, which is part of the Fear Itself storyline. Next we have his first appearance, which is Volume 1, number 12. Then we have an X-Men Volume 2, number 161. Amazing Spider-Man Volume 1, number 229. New Excalibur Volume 1, number 5. Thunderbolts Volume 1, number 145. And lastly, we have Wolverine Volume 2, number 93. So that's it for the covers. Now we're going to take a look at the Collection Complete story. So he talks about how he goes to the temple and he talks to a god who made him invincible. And basically it has to do with the Crimson Gem Sidorak. And of course, in case you didn't know, Charles Xavier is his half-brother, so Professor X. And he kind of talks about him a little bit. And it's pretty funny how he talks about him making a skull and then having people call him Professor. And then he says how when they were kids, he would be reading his mind, and he said he tried to keep him down. And of course he's mad that his dad liked, or at least he thinks liked, Charles better. So he's tried to stop him, but for some reason he can't, even though he's supposed to be unstoppable. The X-Men seem to always stop him. So he says he's going to follow suit like Magneto, and he's going to help us out. And that's pretty much his storyline. I know a decent amount about Juggernaut. It was Omega Sentinel that I didn't know too much about, so I felt like her story was a little more interesting. But the Juggernaut has some funny dialogue. And both of these characters are pretty awesome. In fact, all of the lockbox characters so far are some of my favorite characters in the game. Now, as we come to the end of the story, we're going to go ahead into a battle with the Juggernaut as he's freshly recruited. He didn't have any experience at this point. We're going to hopefully show him a little bit, but he only has one ability. Right after this, we're going to skip ahead in time to when I leveled him to level 6. And so he'll at least have 3 out of 4 at that point. Now I have a heavy hitter Thor on my team, so he's going to do most of the damage. I could have used Summon Thunder, but I thought he might destroy the whole team and then we wouldn't even see Juggernaut get to attack. So that's why I single targeted. Now here goes Sunday Punch. It has a small chance to stun. It also gives him momentum, but you can't really do too much with momentum. At least his third ability is what will use the stacks of momentum that you build up. Now I have seen his level 9 ability in PvP, and I have to say it seems pretty amazing. And he was tough in PvP, and I don't know how high of a level they had him, but he definitely gave me a little bit of problems, and he ended up being the last one alive on their team, and I barely won. So I'm really liking him, and I may try him in PvP myself, but probably not in this tournament. So there you can see that's the very first battle we ever did. There's his first XP. Then I do end up leveling him to level 6, and I haven't gotten him to 9 yet, but I haven't been leveling too much. So he has Sunday Punch, Mountain Crusher, and he has I'm the Juggernaut. It's catastrophic, has high crits, and has building speed, so it requires 3 momentum to unlock, and then you're allowed to use that ability. Now we're going to show him with Cable in combat. I figured this would be a pretty decent team to use against the computer, and Cable will be able to give him an extra attack. So that's what we're going to do. Let's try Hotshot, just to hopefully stun. And it didn't work, but Hard Knocks almost finished the Hydra Vanguard. Now it's Cable's turn, so we're going to go ahead and use Temporal Shift and give Juggernaut another action. We're going to use Sunday Punch. And Cable will use Bodyslide. And then Juggernaut's going to get another attack coming up. So that's why I'm using Cable with him. So here comes Hard Knocks. It will take out the blaster. And then we just have one person left, and Juggernaut finishes him. So on to the next wave. Now the only person that I even worry about on these waves is the blaster, because he will do a lot of damage to Juggernaut. And you're going to see that coming up. But first we have to deal with this protector. So we're going to hit him with Hard Knocks, and that Soulfire will take off his protection. So now we're free to hit the blaster or whoever we want. And there goes the blaster doing some damage to Juggernaut. So we'd like to take him out if possible. We're going to use Bodyslide. And if you can't tell, I really like AoE attacks. Why hit one person when you can hit them all? And there goes his level 6, and it's pretty sweet that he says, "Don't you know who I am? I'm the Juggernaut." I don't know if you've seen that video, but it's pretty classic and hilarious. I actually do an impression of the Juggernaut, but I don't know if you guys would want to hear it. It's kind of goofy, but every time I use that move, I think of it, and sometimes I say it. Another good thing about these two together is they don't really run out of stamina as far as I can tell. Cable just switches over, and the Juggernaut gains stamina back all the time. So you don't really have to worry about that. Now here's going to be the last battle. It's going to be against 2 waves as well. It's pretty much the same type of battle, but it may go different. So we're going to start with Signpost, and then Hotshot. And we just, like I said, we like AoE attacks, and we also like stuns. So we got 1 stun. And here comes the blaster. We would definitely rather have the blaster attack Cable than Juggernaut. And we're going to hit the Infiltrator because he was pretty weakened, and we actually got the stun to proc. So here goes a Temporal Shift, and we get another attack with the Juggernaut. As soon as Cable gets to go. So we'll do Bodyslide. Now everyone on their team is pretty hurt. We're going to Mountain Crusher the blaster because we don't like him. We also got Shield Breaker, which is part of Mountain Crusher. Signpost ought to finish 2 of 3, and we'll try to finish the Bruiser with an attack from Hard Knocks. Now moving on to the next wave, this is going to be the final wave of the video. And you gotta love that Cone of Silence that Cable brings up. He's a pretty good character. You don't really see him too much in PvP, but right now there's very few characters being used in PvP. It's pretty limited. I'm hoping that changes in the next tournament. I like it when it's more wide open and you can use different teams. I guess everyone wants Red Hulk, so they're competing pretty hard. I think another problem may be the fact that Juggernaut was a PvP lockbox hero, so maybe that has people wanting to win more often. I'm not really sure, but I'm definitely suffering a lot of defensive battles. Probably more than ever. So let's see who we can hit. Now we're going to go after the blaster because we wanted that shield breaker, the proc again. And we also want to try to finish him before he hurts Juggernaut. Juggernaut should be fine since he's almost at full health, but I saw that blaster do a lot of damage to him while I was leveling him. So it kind of made me a little weary. I think Juggernaut even got taken out one battle. But anyway, that's going to be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I want to thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more videos.